What's up and welcome to the channel. My name is Headshot and thank you guys for joining us for a third review on the X3 gun belt from Core Essentials. They were nice enough to send us their new addition to the line, and we want to show you guys some things about it. We want to show you how it works. We also want to kind of give you an update on the Core Essentials belt in general, because we've been wearing them now for a year and a half. So we're going to talk about everything in this video that I know about them. Everything's still the same. If you've just been waiting on a different design, or this is something more what you're into, the discount code still works. It's 10% off of all of their gun belts online. Just use that discount code HEGSHOT87. But otherwise, we're going to come at this kind of like a new, or kind of an updated review, and show you some things about the Trackline Core Essentials X3 gun belt. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing is first. So this is the brand new belt that they just sent me. Actually, both of these are really brand new. I've been wearing this one now for a while. But the first thing that you will notice about this belt is there are no more holes. There are no more, predetermined holes, an inch apart and all that kind of stuff. You have this track line, and that's kind of where it gets its name. You have 40 quarter-inch increments, little tracks right here, and that allows you to get a basically perfect adjustment. So if you guys, you probably know as well as I do, your predetermined holes, you try to make extra ones so you can get it exactly where you want it. With this belt, it does away with that, and you can get it exactly where you need it without having to make modifications. This is probably the biggest selling point of this belt. But it's also reinforced. So on the interior and here, you have a core which is reinforced. You can kind of see right there. You can see that core in there that is able to hold up to 4 pounds of weight. So for small and larger guns alike, it's going to be able to hold it. Now there's a lot of tactical belts out there, but this is more of a stylish belt, and that's what they're going for. They're going for a stylish gun belt that you can wear every single day. It is genuine leather, and it's going to fit waist size anywhere from 24 inches up to 54 inches, so men and women alike can actually wear this belt. Let's go ahead and show you how it works here really quick. So what you'll see is you have these little clamps right there, those little spikes, and that's what's going to hold the belt onto, or that's what's going to hold the buckle onto the belt. So what you'll do is you're just going to slide it in. You're going to butt it up right there until it can't go any further, and then you're going to take this clamp and you're just going to clamp down on it until it's snug and secure, and you can see that's not going anywhere. And then how this works for the actual locking system, we'll kind of flip it around here so you can kind of see what's going on. So you have this little lever right here, and you have a hook type of deal right there. And when you slide this in, let me line it up here. When you slide this in, it's going to click and lock into whichever position you need it into. When you want to release it, you press down and you just pull it out. That's what allows it to be so versatile. So what you want to do when you get one of these, I've already cut this, and I've already shown cutting this several times, so we're not going to do that, but it's pretty self-explanatory. All you want to do is you want to find your size. I cut mine a little bit longer because I like to have the actual belt kind of come around my first loop on this side. So you just want to cut it wherever you need it, cut straight across, and then you can attach your buckle wherever you need it to be. Now, I've been wearing these for a while, and I've had quite a few requests to tell me how the belts have actually done, how they've held up. And this is, I think this is the second belt that we had when they came out with the brown one. And you could see right there where my holster kind of scratched it up. But otherwise, as far as the stitching and everything else, it's in pretty good shape. Besides this little crease right here and the scratches right there, I could sell it pretty much as a brand new belt. So that's pretty good. And then this is the first one that I wore for the longest amount of time, and you can see holster just scratched it up right there. A couple scratches on this side. I think that's from my mag carrier, but otherwise in really good shape. So, you know, they are definitely what they say they are. They definitely are quality. And one thing about a gun belt is it's gonna make a huge difference if you already have a good holster and you don't have a gun belt, a good gun belt. This is gonna make a huge difference in your everyday carry. So this right here is not a cheap belt. It's a Columbia belt, you know, from a local store. But it's not reinforced, so that weight just causes, and I haven't worn this since I got a Core Essentials belt, but it causes creasing right here, which is going to cause the holster and everything, or the gun, to cause your pants to sag, and that's something you don't want. I mean, you can have the best holster in the world and have a cheap gun belt, and it's not going to work, you know, or just a regular belt in general. It's just not going to work that well. With the Core Essentials, or a good gun belt in general that's reinforced, you can't buckle this. I mean, it takes a lot of weight to be able to buckle that, and that's going to make a big difference for sure. The only thing I noticed as far as the con was on the I believe this is the X1 belt. You can see how the edges are kind of sharp, and I have a little bit of a belly, so when I would sit down, those edges would kind of get me. And that's one thing I really liked about the X2, is that it was rounded off. And then especially on the X3, you can tell it's just the buckle that's really changed, and they kind of have this gunmetal finish, which I think is really awesome as well. But it looks more traditional, so it's rounded off, and it's not going to snag you, or it's not going to stick you like that, like the X1 did. But of course, if you don't have a belly like I do, that's not going to make a difference anyways. So just something I wanted to point out. But they've rounded everything off, and personally, I like the X3 the best, just because it looks like a traditional belt. And that's one thing about these belts. Like I said, they're stylish, they look good, they look like a regular belt, but they can handle all that weight from carrying a gun and make it so much more comfortable for sure. And it doesn't stick out. It doesn't say, hey, I'm wearing a gun. You know, it's not real tactical or anything tactical about it at all. It just looks like a good belt, and that's what they're designed to do, and that's what they are. So we've talked about everything with the X3 gun belt, kind of giving you a little bit of an update. I still think this is one of the best belts around because of everything that we talked about. Also, another benefit to this belt is they are discounted. So if you decide to buy one, the retail on them is like 60 bucks, but you save 10% off of that using the discount code HEGSHOT87. And then if you want to buy a black or a brown, just an extra belt to go along with it, just the belt part is 30 bucks. So if you want to have, you know, color matching, or, you know, whatever that you want to do, have a black and a brown, that'll be up to you. But like I said, I think this is the best system for sure. I really like the track system, and it makes it so comfortable to carry and wear every day. And one thing I didn't mention as well is after you eat or whatever, you can make small little adjustments throughout the day so easily, and you don't have to find a different hole or make another hole and ruin your belts. You can just make those little adjustments and move on with your life and make it much more comfortable and easier to carry every single day. If any of you guys that have bought these belts want to chime in and tell us what you think about yours, that would be much appreciated. And otherwise, just tell us what you think about the new X3 gun belt from Core Essentials. We'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, hold them down.